Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Subnautica.
Attention. Hull failure imminent. All personnel abandon ship. Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Such a good start. Ouch. Okay, so the place is on fire. We can't do anything apart from try and put this thing out. Okay.
You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Okay. So, Subnautica is a very, very interesting game. We're going to start off immediately by eating some food, and basically it's our job to try and survive on an alien world, which is a watery world. Now, there's our old spaceship, which has crashed, and basically it's our job to try and survive.
Orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
Right. Now, what we ideally want to do is try and get ourselves surviving as soon as possible. If we can grab a fishy, that will help immensely. Bladderfish are, without doubt, one of my favourite fish in the
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
Yeah, I tend to forget that one needs air to breathe. It's never a good idea to run out of oxygen. Right, so okay, just going to be swimming around a little bit, getting our bearings, that sort of thing, as we just enjoy this beautiful oceanic adventure. And hopefully, if we don't have lag in our playthroughs, which is something which I've really struggled with on this computer, but not my old one, it's one of those things where we want to ideally just find our way around. Now, one of the reasons I like bladderfish more than other fish is because I can transform them into water, and it's actually drinkable water, which is great. But at the moment, we're just sort of exploring a little bit. Now, in order to do well, we have to be smart about what we do. So we are going to have to investigate over here. And there are several things which are useful here. There's salt, which is good. We can use that to basically purify water.
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
Right, now we've got to take a risk and we've got to swim down here. And these little sods are going to go for us if we are not careful. We want to grab a couple of these ones because we're going to need those.
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes.
Right.
Further study recommended.
There's a couple of other things that we need here, including silver and gold. So if I can find, if I'm very, very lucky, I'll be able to find a couple of chunks to break off of these rocks. So we don't want to upset the local wildlife too much. But if I get the right bits of equipment, I should be able to advance relatively quickly. Quartz is also useful as well. Yeah, I've got to go up for air. Yeah, oxygen is very useful. So I've got a little bit of space left in my inventory, so I'm just going to try and grab something off of the side if I get the opportunity before heading back. A little bit of copper there. Lead is kind of useful, I guess. More useful late game, I think, if memory serves. I think that means we've got two things left. Now, we can upgrade the amount of oxygen we've got, which will allow us to dive deeper into the ocean, which is great. Oh dear. We're not doing well in our initial explore, but recon's always troublesome. The main aim at the moment is to acquire something called a survival knife. That will basically be the bread and butter of our survival early on. It is very, very useful to have one. Not suggesting anyone go out and buy a survival knife in real life, but you know, this game has inspired me somewhat towards that. So if I can grab a couple of things on the way back, that's always useful. My water is depleting a little bit. Oh, depleting? Right. So, what can I cook? I can cook my boomer. Hey, boomer. Delicious. So, I'll want to eat that straight away to make sure that it gives me a little bit of something. I'm gonna drink my filtered water, and now I'm gonna use my fabricator to start constructifying things. I just really like the way that this game kind of works. So I can get lubricant, and a silicon rubber is one which I'll need. I want to make some titanium. Right, so tools, survival knife, very important.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
So we want to upgrade a standard O2 tank, so we got 75 instead of 45, which is good. And what we want as well is we want fins if we've got the materials for them, because they'll increase our swim speed. And with that, you have to put up with less boring of me sucking at this game. Right, so is there anything that I need? Water, I'll get a filtered water. just so that I've got some when I inevitably run out. I've never really felt a need.
From available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Ideally, we just want to store a ton of our stuff early on. We'll need the acid mushroom probably later at some point. Always good to take a med kit with us. That'll replenish. So, yeah, we're on our way to surviving at the moment, which is great. My main aim is to test and see whether or not the game will allow us to do certain things. Well, especially recording is very, very important. These little fragments and things can be. I can sort of do some manufacturing stuff. We've got to be very careful where we go in this. I think I'm headed to an okay area. But we've got... The thing is, the dark is an enemy in this game. Light is a great advantage. Right. Main thing is I want to get hold of gold as soon as I can. So if I can grab that, that'll be useful. And I can get that from this sort of area if I'm very lucky.
Increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall.
Ah, dear. Yeah, we don't want them sharks attacking us particularly. Right. Now these big things are a leviathan, and sometimes they got cool minerals and useful gubbins on them, but they can also occasionally have dangerous things on if memory serves. This one's got a brain coral on, so I can breathe using that, which is really, really good. Right. It's such a beautiful, beautiful game. I can actually exploit these coral tubes, which is good. I can hack them with my knife, which will allow me to get good quality water, which is really, really nice. But my main aim is to, at the moment, to find gold and possibly silver if possible. So we're just swimming around. We can hack the table coral, which is going to be useful. There we go. Delightful. We want to avoid those things. They can be the end of us if we're not careful. Hmm.
30 seconds.
Yeah, might be a good idea to go to the surface. One thing I very rarely pay attention to is my, apart from my oxygen, is my diving air. Right. These cool little flings are called floaters. We ideally want to avoid them at the moment. Although we can actually attach them to enemies and they will literally throw the enemies into the stratosphere, which is hilarious. These things will give off like pain if we're not careful. Right. So we're starting to get light again, which is good. And I'm going to head over here.
30 seconds.
Because I want myself some golds. Anything that gives me the ability to start surviving better, I want it.
Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
We're not proving very lucky in finding any of these ones yet. Knowing me, I'm going to find one and it's going to be lead again, which is not good. But at least we've got light. Light is advantage. It is an advantage here. So ideally, I want to grab something useful before I go home. Where am I? Ah,
Silver-based wiring
silver
kits
useful.
are an essential component of many habitat modules.
Well, we got some silver. That's a start. I think that graphical glitch is another one of those ones. So fingers crossed it's going to be gold. I know it's annoying going up to the surface every time, but better safe than sorry for me. Because dying on my first few minutes into the game would be very humiliating. Yes. Oh, crikey! Got bitten by one of those little bitey sods.
Passing 100 meters, oxygen efficiency decreased.
Oh yeah. We need to be very careful about oxygen efficiency. It's such a beautiful game, honestly. Once we get vehicles as well, the game really sort of kicks off. It's literally a whole different playground then. Originally I only liked the Seamoth, but I started to gain an appreciation for other vehicles as well later on when I was playing. I even like the prawn suit now. It's become one of my favourites. Well, we got a few useful bits. As you can see, our water's going down. We don't want to upset this boy.
30 seconds.
But what we do need to do is we do need to take a risk because we're going to have to do a repair on our radio. I didn't mention the radio earlier because, but it's one of my favourite parts of this game, honestly. Absolutely love the radio. Right, so I'll grab some quartz. Quartz is useful because it can be used to make glass. A brain coral is very useful as well. Because it can basically
Sulfur deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
the brain coral will keep us alive. Okay, we've done okay. Right, where are we? Okay. We've done okay. We got silver, we got lead, we got a couple of really useful tools, and we didn't die, which is amazing. Right. Electronics, we get a wiring chip. Going to be useful later. Right. Sea Glide is really, really useful. So what tools can we build? We need rubber, cave sulfur, titanium for this one. We need batteries and titanium. We need a computer chip, wiring kit, and a battery. So
New blueprint acquired.
okay, we're advancing. The habitat builder is without doubt one of the coolest parts of this game. Right, acid mushroom times 2. So we need to go and harvest ourselves some mushrooms. It's not what you think, honestly. Yeah. Basically, the habitat builder is the key to our survival and the key to our enjoyment in this game. It is without doubt one of the best parts of the game. So we can build a battery.
New blueprint acquired.
We want to build filters waters for. We want to build filtered waters. Wow, Alex, you sound like such a genius. So we're going to cook our Reginald because that's a nice amount of food. Oh damn! I forgot to eat my boomerang. And we're going to drink our filtered water. Okay. We can also build another battery, which would be a good idea at this point. Not entirely sure what I'd use it for, but might be a good idea to build a flashlight. Did I build a habitat builder? I can't even remember. No, I didn't. So we want to build that first because that's the most crucial part for our survival.
The builder tool is designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
Right. We might want to take a scanner because that is going to give us some very, very helpful stuff.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
So one of the things we can do is we can slice these coral tubes because we can utilize that later. Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, we have avoided being slaughtered by crash fish, which is great. Now we need to go back into the cave because the crash fish are always protecting small sulfur deposits in these plants. Oh my god. Sulfur is not that useful in this game, but it does have uses. So we want to grab a bunch of it so we never have to deal with these sods again. Yeah, there we go. And we're doing okay. Oh my god, that nearly became an embarrassing defeat. So I can build power cells, which are really good. So, what have we got? What have we got? Might be a good idea to swim to the surface before I do this because I don't want to suffocate. Right, so silicon, rubber, cave, sulfur and titanium. Yeah, that's what we want to build. We want to repair our radio and get ourselves back online. Find out if there's any more survivors on this planet. Have you played Subnautica? Have you found the survivors yet? They're pretty interesting people. Or are they? I'm just going to process my bladderfish into water, which is good, useful. Tools, repair tool. I need a silicon rubber for that. Good thing I stocked up. Nice to repair things.
Lifepod secondary systems online. Running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to databank.
Right. So you've got a little bit of information.
Will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Right.
Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Okay. So the habitat module is amazing and it's part of what makes the game so good. But basically we have to find a way to make ourselves survive in this place. So we're gonna start constructing in a minute. Right. So this is our base. It will build out over there. So that means that our entry should be here. We need some quartz for that. It's important to keep our base pressurized once once we start building it as well. I mean, there are a couple of little graphical errors and everything here and there, but ultimately the game is amazing. I just love how they've made this amazing alien world. It's very, very inspiring for me. Should probably go into the cave systems if I want that quartz. Oh, Alex, if only you'd made a blooming flashlight instead of the scanner. What kind of idiot are you? Well, don't answer that. Alright. Okay. Can't see anything immediately here. But I should definitely have got the flashlight. Yeah, that's one of the little sods that bit me earlier. They're not friendly. I absolutely hate night in this game, but it is a valuable part of the experience. I also love the bioluminescent life forms. I think that's one of the greatest sort of edges that we have in terms of experience. Normally if you hear something roaring, you want to avoid that as much as possible. Right, so we've got some quartz. And we can continue building our base. Now, you can just build and build if you play on one of the modes, but I don't really enjoy that. I kind of feel like it defeats the purpose of, you know, searching and gaining and acquiring. Right, so let's go in and find out what we need.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production.
Ah, yes, we need power. I totally forgot that. Quartz, titanium, and copper ore. How can I forget that we need power to create oxygen? Ah. Alex, you are a bozo sometimes. I'm probably being a little overeager like Captain Magenta. But once we've got our base slightly operational, let's see. Once we've got our base slightly operational, we'll be heading in the right direction. Right. The best places to find quartz will be the cave systems. So I've got to find a... I gotta find me a cave system. It's always exciting times. Oh, we've got a little bit of quartz. And thankfully it's dawn, so we're starting to have some vision again. Oh, we want to avoid things that are scary. Got beautiful shoals of boomers. These are always useful with bits of wreckage. The newbie zone's always nice in this game. It's very, very friendly. There's a Gary fish. Hi, Gary.
Seconds.
Yeah, you don't want to overdo it. It's much better when we actually have high capacity oxygen. But it's better than the 45 seconds earlier. Oh my god. Crikey. Might as well grab that sulfur. Get what we can and get the hell out of here. We're nice and close to the surface though, so farming in this area is not quite so bad. Hey Gary, you're going to be lunch later. I really hope my old boss from work doesn't watch this. He's going to think, what the heck are you talking about, Alex? Oh, we've got a burning ship in the background. I always tend to build my bases in really, really inconvenient places because the story has you flying all over the place. But here we go. Our first solar panel.
Power restored. All primary systems online. Welcome aboard, Captain.
We have a home. Right, so all of the things that we can build are going to cost us. So we need gold for our fabricator. Even though we've already got one close by, it's always good to have a fabricator as one of the first things we build. You don't really need the medical kit so much because you do heal over time. But just gonna have a quick look, see if we can grab some gold easy. Oh crikey, yeah, we do not want you to bite us. Oh, keep away from me, wretched thing. I do not like the big bities. Well, we built the first part of our base, and There are many things that I need to get done, so thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next episode.